What is going on, everybody? It's your boy GS, and today I'm really excited to go on ahead and give you my breakdown on how chemistry works in Madden 17. This is going to help you better understand how you can use chemistry to benefit your playstyle to go on ahead and give you an edge over your opponent. Now, first we're going to take a look at Madden 16 and how the chemistry was then, and then we're going to go over the different changes that they've made from Madden 16 to Madden 17. Now, Madden 16, you see my overall on the top right, and right next to it, you will look and you'll see that I have two chemistries active. I have a 57 speed rush and a 57 ground and pound, and that's speed run, excuse me, not speed rush. So you will see every card that I have the active chemistry going, you will see that on the front of the card their chemistry will light up blue. So you see DeMarco Murray has both of those chemistries, so you see it lights up blue. You see right here Wood has a speed run. I do not have that chemistry active, so it's not blue. That just lets you know that it does not take into effect the chemistry. So how it would work is that on the card, it would tell you their chemistries. On the back of the card, it would tell you how much of that chemistry they personally added. So right here, we go to DeMarco Murray. See, he adds by himself 7 long pass and 9 ground. On what the chemistry is and what the boost that it does. So we'll go to change team styles. And you take a look at long pass. Long pass is a route running boost and a pass blocking boost. Improve your ability to complete intermediate to deep passes. Ground and pound was a boost towards trucking and run blocking. Increase your effectiveness at a power running game plan. So each chemistry has its own boost, and they all have their own description. Speed run was a boost towards elusiveness and run blocking. Zone defense towards zone defense and play rec. Man defense was towards man defense, and play recognition. Pass rush was towards pursuit and block shedding. Run stuff was towards tackle and block shedding, and short pass was towards catching traffic and pass block. And there was only 4: speed run, elusiveness, run block. I think I went over all of them. There was only 4 on offense and only 4 on defense, and you can only have 2 active at a time. And this is where the biggest change in Madden 17 chemistry takes in effect, is that you can have as many chemistries active as possible within your lineup. And the biggest difference is, you notice that even though we have those chemistries added, it doesn't take effect into their overall. It doesn't show you. We weren't sure if it was a myth or if it was true or if it really worked. Because when you take into their cards, you've never seen like an actual increase. Even though my chemistries have a boost towards run blocking, my offensive linemen, you don't see a difference in their run blocking on their actual attributes on their card or on the overall or anything like that. And that's where a huge difference as well in Madden 17 takes place. So right now, let's jump over to Madden 17 and we can go over the differences and how they work. Here we go, taking a look at our Madden 17 lineup, and you can see over here on the right side, there's so many different chemistry boosts you can go on ahead and add. There's a ton. Now, the same as it was in Madden 16 or in the Maddens in the past, on front of the card, it tells you what boosts they are and what chemistry they are. So let's go ahead and take a look at Munoz. So we click on him, and you will see that he has an EP badge on the front of his card. You flip the card over, and it tells you it's an edge protector. Protect against pass rushers on the edge. And it goes on ahead, and it tells you the impact of that chemistry. +1 strength, +1 awareness, +1 pass block. Shows you the target, and it goes on ahead and shows you now that little symbol, that little football with the lightning bolt, tells you how many of that same chemistry you need to get it active. So, like, you take a look on the right, and you'll see that I have 3 full solid chemistry wheels, and we're going to go ahead and show you which ones they are. So we have bruising back, and you notice how Adrian Peterson and DeMarco both light up. Those are the 2 players that are affected by this chemistry being full. Now, in previous Maddens, we had to, believe and hope that, the chemistries were active for everybody on the team. Here it shows only the players that have those active chemistries will be affected. So +1 trucking, +1 stiff arm, and +1 impact blocking are only for Adrian Peterson and DeMarco Murray. So let's go on ahead and let's take a look at them. And this year compared to last year, you can actually see the increase on their card. The small increase of +1 trucking impact blocking actually brings DeMarco overall up from an 85 to an 86. And that is why his overall is not white. That is why it is that chemistry color, because it took an effect on him and he went up in overall. So let's click on Adrian Peterson. Let's go ahead and let's take a look at his attributes. And you take a look and you will see that his trucking is up +1 because of his chemistry. It's not a 92 anymore. It is now a 93. And his impact blocking will be up as well. So that's the major difference from last year. So also chemistry that I have active, you take a look over here, is I have a mobile blocker. And that takes effect for both Unger and Foster. Both of these guys have the mobile blocker chemistry, and that increases their +1 speed, +1 run block, +1 impact block. Now that again, that only takes effect for these two, not Munoz, not Martin, not Johnson, because they do not have that chemistry. So we're going ahead and we'll take a look at Foster, and once you turn Foster around, you're going ahead and you will see that he has an increase on his speed, impact blocking, and run blocking. So all of those three attributes went up +1, and that actually has his overall go up from an 87 to an 88. The same thing with Unger, his attributes, except his overall doesn't change. And then the third and final chemistry that I have active is Arizona defense. You take a look and you'll see that Patrick Peterson and Larry Wilson are both highlighted because both of these guys are affected by the chemistry. So we're going ahead and we will showcase Patrick Peterson, and you will see that his zone coverage is up +1. Both of their zone coverage are up 1. Both of their man coverage are up 1. And whatever the third chemistry that takes the third impact, I'm not exactly sure. Even though it doesn't show Patrick Peterson with the little highlighted attribute and the +1 symbol, like the arrow going up showing that it has risen, it does take effect. And you'll see that Patrick Peterson is +1 in overall. So both of those guys get a +1 man coverage, zone coverage, and pursuit. Now, you'll notice that there's plenty different chemistries. There's edge blitzer right here for Jadeveon Clowney. There's a Carolina defense for Kuechly. There's a pass rush for Mario Williams. Inside blitz for Ndamukong Suh. Or inside pass rush, inside blitz for Aaron Donald, whatever, or LP, whatever that stands for. Right here is edge setter for Javon Kearse. So they all have different type of chemistries here. And once you link them together, it will affect those players. And what's cool is that we're going to go ahead and we're going to showcase you guys the Denver one. So we're going to find the Denver, and you'll see that the Denver defense brings +1 in tackle, power move, and man coverage. And you see on the all the way to the right, it shows you that you need 2 of them to get active. Some of them you need 3, some of them you need 5. So like the Seattle defense, you need 3 of them to get it active. Like I have Cam Chancellor there, and he has 3 of them. I currently have 3 out of 5 or 4 out of 5, something like that. You'll see on the offense side, which I'll show you in a bit. But Chris Harris has the Denver chemistry. So we're going to go to Chris Harris, and we're actually going to put him in the starter at number 2, so his chemistry is active. So with that, you will see both him and Von Miller are now affected by the chemistry, and Von Miller overall goes up. Now, what's cool is that there are different, some of them have different tiers. Now, even though Arizona defense, bruising back, and mobile blocker are filled, that is it. There's no more increases. You go to Denver, and we filled it. Now, there's a tier 2 for this chemistry. Now, if I had 5 active chemistries for the Denver defense, it is another +1 for tackle, power move, finesse, man coverage, zone coverage, and hit power. On top of getting 1 towards tackle, power move, and man coverage. So you're getting an additional +1 man coverage, or I don't know, it may not be additional. I'm sure tackle, power move, and man coverage may still just be +1. You may just be adding finesse move, zone coverage, and hit power. But that's crazy to know that whatever and you need 5 pieces to get this chemistry active. So it could be 4 players and a coach, or whatever it is. If, as long as you have 5 pieces active, all of those 5 guys' attributes are going to be affected, which is crazy to know that there's different tiers of them as well. So now I'm gonna show you the chemistry that I'm trying to get is Zone Rusher. You go on ahead and you take a look, and I have I have Lane Johnson. He is the Zone Rush chemistry, and that one takes 5 to fill up. If I can find it, where is it? Zone Run Scheme. This right here, you see, it takes 5 in order to get it. So I have Lane Johnson. I have, and that's really it. Just Lane Johnson. I have Lane Johnson, and also have a gold coach with that chemistry. Now, if I get 3 more pieces of the zone blocking scheme, then I go on ahead. I get +1 run block, elusiveness, and juke move for everybody that is affected. So I took a look. There's a running back. Jamal Charles is the only one. And there's not too many of this chemistry. But hopefully, you guys kind of get a better idea of how it works. All these chemistries, you can have as many active as you want. Right now, I have 3 active. I have mobile blocker, bruising back, and Arizona defense. And this right here is definitely going to make a big difference in what type of players that I choose. Because if one person has a chemistry, and let's say 2 players are, there's player A and player B, and both are good, but player A has a chemistry that will help me give an increase to 2, 3, 4, 5 other guys. I'm gonna go on ahead and I'm gonna get that player with that chemistry increase, so I can go on ahead and impact a group of guys with attribute increases that can raise their overall, their speed, their catching, their route running, their block shedding, their man coverage, whatever impact that the chemistries have. So you definitely want to go on ahead and take a look at your lineup to see if you have anything that you can go on ahead and work with. Because once I started looking around, I definitely noticed that there are some pieces that I had. Like I went with Foster over. I had the left guard already. I forgot who I had, but I went ahead and upgraded. I spent 50K. I had Levitri already. Now I spent 50K on Foster because, for one, he is an overall upgrade from an 85 to an 87. He already had the same run blocking. It wasn't that big of a difference. It wasn't that big of a difference. You take away the increase, his run blocking was the same. His impact block was -1, and his speed, he was a little. But getting Ramon Foster meant, better pass blocking, better awareness, more strength, and plus he was going to give, because I only needed 2 to fill the chemistry, he was going to give a boost to not only himself, but Unger as well. So Unger also, even though it's not going to show on the back of his card, Unger as well, it does. Unger as well gets +1 speed, +1 impact blocking, and +1 run blocking. So 2 guys are affected. So I went ahead and got Foster just because he was the chemistry, even though the card looks very similar. There's not that much of a difference. But not only did his overall go up, but he also impacted Unger as well. So I went with the chemistry just so I could impact 2 guys. And the same thing with no, I think that's it. I think that's really the only move I made. And I switched out for Lane Johnson. Have you guys seen the lineup additions? If you guys missed that, link is in the description. Go ahead and check that out. I go over all the new cards that I got and why I got them. Ton of speed for Lane Johnson, but also got him. Also got the coach, and I would like to piece together that chemistry because I definitely like having the +1 in juking, elusiveness, and I think that would benefit my run game a ton. But a lot of chemistries, a lot of different variations you can work with. Some of them have different tiers, same such as the Denver defense. Now, it doesn't really give you any example on which one has more tiers than one. You see Seattle defense, you need 3. And it's +1 man zone and hit power. Now, I'm assuming all of the teams have different tiers, more than 1 tier. Right here, zone scheme is +5. I don't think there's going to be a zone scheme, tier 2. I think team specific, I could be wrong, but I think team specific chemistries have a second tier, such as Denver that we've seen earlier, where tier 2, if you got 5 active chemistries from Denver defense, just had a slew of new attributes that would be affected from man coverage, zone coverage, hit power, tackling. So many things were affected. So again, that's the end of the video, fellas. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you're new to the channel and you just were looking for chemistries and you somehow stumbled upon this video, greatly would appreciate you going out and subscribing. We upload Madden daily. All my OGs, you guys know I love you, man. I appreciate you guys for changing my life. Really means a lot. See you guys next video. Peace.